Hello everyone, it's your friend Rick. It is April 24, 2017. And if you need to reach me, it's rick0327@me.com. Alright, I took the weekend off from making videos, but I was answering a lot of emails and stuff. Friday I had an interesting day. I wake up Friday, and that's what I do every morning. I check my emails. So I get an email from this guy who's threatening to commit suicide because he's frustrated. And this guy sends me so many fucking emails. I kind of was under the impression that he wasn't all there up here. So, I'm like, don't do that. Don't let them win or whatever. And he's like, because he's broke. So, I offered to send him a little bit of money, and he was going to accept. So you can't send money like through MoneyGram or something unless you have the full name. So he sends me his name. I look at his name. I'm like, holy shit. Remember I did the video I told you guys about the guy who took my paperwork and then when he had to give me the $100, he disappeared? Well, it was this guy. And what he did was, every con man, he changes the email address because he knows he couldn't email me anymore for any updates because he never paid me for the initial paperwork. So I emailed the guy. And I'm like, hey, you're that guy. You never gave me the money that you were supposed to give me. And what happened was, what you do is, I told you, I was suspicious of some people asking me for the updates. And I caught a few people that never sent me the initial donation. So what I do is, on PayPal, you check the email address. And it came up, he didn't send me anything. Well, it turns out he sent it under another name, but he didn't send me, he sent me nothing. He basically sent me less than half of what I usually get. Now, mind you, this guy, I blocked him on YouTube because I knew he was a wacky guy. I mean, this guy, he'd be commenting all hours of the night, asking the same question. I'd answer the question, and he'd ask it again the next day. So I kind of, I'm familiar with mentally ill people from working in Manhattan in the 90s. And, I was something about him. And I blocked him. So, and then I knew the other email address. So he changes his email address. Man, this guy was emailing me so many times. You wouldn't believe. I mean, and you have no idea how much time I put into this guy, helping this clown. So now, he's another character that, I got to keep my head straight because I don't want to take it out on everybody else because when I deal with certain people. But, this guy went and filed a complaint with PayPal that I never gave him the paperwork. Okay? This tells you where this guy comes from. He went right for the jugular, this guy. So I get emails from PayPal telling me that my account is frozen just for that little bit of money that he sent me, this deadbeat. But it's the point was, I'm like, look at this fucking guy. I go, this guy's a real piece of work. Now, let me backtrack. What really made me, besides the donation, this fucking guy emails me and tells me he's going to kill one of the child support people, the representatives. I'm like, dude, listen to me very carefully. Don't email me telling me any of this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. Okay? And this goes for anybody, even joking around. Okay? A lot of stupid cops out there. I don't need to get fucking investigated because somebody's fucking threatening to kill somebody. Even through an email. So now this guy, notifies PayPal for a refund. Now, you have no idea. I mean, this guy got more than enough. I mean, this guy, you have no idea. This guy squeezed out of me. I mean, this guy was emailing me almost every day. So it's like, I'm like, dude, stay. I go, you're a dangerous guy. Stay the fuck away from me. Don't email me anymore. Nothing. And I said, I should fucking notify the police about you. He goes, well, you don't have my real name anyway. Well, I actually do have your real name, stupid. Your name on fucking PayPal. But anyway, I'm not a rat like, you know, like you. I mean, this guy fucking right away was a rat. So, you know, his name is on YouTube if you see him. Vincent Ross. The black guy's picture is with glasses, regular glasses. It was a wackadoo. Con man. But, you know, he knew right away to go notify PayPal. You know, I didn't even know you could do that shit, you know? So it just shows you, like, this guy is up on he probably knows how to squeeze every nickel out of the U.S. government for nothing, you know what I mean? Probably doesn't work. He's probably got, like, 3 benefit cards from 3 different states, you know? He's one of those types of people, you know? And he probably, you know, child support's taking a bite out of his ass. Who knows how many children he has. Yeah, but that's what I dealt with on Friday. So it just shows that sometimes I get annoyed because I started this channel with good intentions. You know, I was helping people, you know, before I started asking for donations. I've said that before. And I know I helped a lot of people, and I'm not going anywhere, but it just, you know, I hate to have to change the way I deal with people because of a knucklehead like this guy. You know, and the other idiot channel that was, you know, making comments about me, but, you know, we have a truce. But, so anyway, let's start talking about, child support here. I told you guys that I believe I cracked the matrix because the number one difficult thing that we've been trying to do, and this is any debt, by the way. If you ever have a problem with a debt, let's say, like, you know, like a credit card company, they say you owe money, can you please validate it? And you'll validate because they'll show that you made a purchase on such and such a date, you know, someplace. Except with child support, what child support is, it's a federal loan, right, to the state, and you know, your baby mama or whoever with your children is supposedly, this is the prerequisite now. This is the requirement. But somehow people like me who are divorced and never received any public assistance before end up in child support anyway because they figured out a way to funnel everybody into there to get everybody to pay support through their child support collection so they can get as much federal money as possible, which is really your tax money. What they're doing is plundering the Social Security. So that's the reason why the mother has to sign over the support rights, which is illegal. All of this is illegal. It's just so blatantly illegal. Like, you know, debt collection is basically illegal. They're not a party to the contract. So if you go to small claims court, like you watch Judge Judy, all these shows, it's all based on a 1-to-1 contract. I promise you I'm going to do this. It's a verbal contract, written contract, implied contracts, you know. So where does a child support collection agency get the right to collect a debt for somebody else? Well, you find out they can't. So what they do is, as we know, they have these sham hearings where you're brought before a fake judge, fake hearing. It's administrative hearing, and they issue these supposed court orders. You know what these court orders are? They're notices. They're notices that you got to pay, and you have a certain amount of time to dispute it or object. And they never tell you how to do it. They'll give you one way to do it, like you'll file an objection. What we've been doing in the courts, you know, we'll file an objection and it gets to the judge, but that's just one facet of doing it. So you're covering yourself on that end. But there's also another way to dispute it. And that's what I found. And through this way, I figured out, excuse me, how to validate or verify the debt. Excuse me. I have to wet my whistle with coffee. Or coffee. With my New York accent. So, by me discovering this, the people out there who have, donated in the past, who I give updated affidavits, I forwarded this stuff. And think about this for a second. Who else on the YouTube is like me, where you give me a one-time donation and you keep getting updated material as I'm learning. Maybe I find a new way, like this time. Now, I found a way this time. I'm really excited about this. Okay? I've done it myself. All right? And I told you guys I'm not going to put it out there because I don't want to put it out there because it's, that's my value. That's how I get a little bit of money. Plus also, there's a couple of channels out there that I might not be friendly with. I don't want them profiting off of what I've discovered. Banging people out for a couple $1,000s. So what's exciting about this is that in the video I've stated in the past that I was tipped off to this by the IRS, because the IRS does the same thing. So the child support agency, they use the same way. And the number one way child support gets their money is through income withholding orders. So when you get the income withholding orders, you got to dispute that right away. And excuse me. And remember, we've spoken before how there's that box there for the judicial officer, the support magistrate, commissioner, whoever, whatever title they have in your state. They're supposed to collect the evidence and forward it to an individual, and then that person's supposed to, based on that information, make a determination. I've never seen that person anywhere. And this is what I'm talking about. And it says in one of the United States Code that before this person sends the information of your debt to the consumer credit agencies, everybody out there, if you have a child support debt, you try and get a loan. It happened to me. That's how I found out. I was going for a lease on my car 5 years ago, and they had I couldn't get a loan. So you have the opportunity to verify that that debt. So this is very exciting because, as I've said earlier, what's the one thing that's been real difficult? And I'm speaking to the people, who have been using my affidavits, is trying to get the child support agencies to validate the debt. And we're trying to do it under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and right away they're like, well, and this is all semantics, by the way. This is them playing with words. Well, it's not a debt under the Fair Debt. And they're right, but I know what debt it is now. I've discovered it, and that's how I found everything. So if anybody's interested, you can reach out to me. My other affidavits are still good because that's proving on the other side that there is no court order, there's no money recorded in the clerk's office. We're covering, all our barns, as they say. We're covering all barns, and that way the person to verify the debt can't claim, well, this is a court-ordered obligation. Well, an obligation is an agreement. And child support is voluntary. Now, there's a case law, Wont versus Ledbetter, which says that, so what happened was a couple of mothers tried suing the commissioner of child support because he wasn't using all his tools to collect the debt under Title 4D. And it turns out in the Court of Appeals of the 11th Circuit stated that the Title 4D, state-run collection agency is voluntary. Now, all the states participate because they make a shitload of money. All right? But it's voluntary. So if it's voluntary, it's not a law. Think about that. If it's voluntary, it's not a law. So that means it's voluntary for you. So, and it also states in that Court of Appeals decision is that they call it child support, but really all it is and I've said this before, and I'm an Osiris said, so I'm not like, he's the first one to say it, so I'm basically, chirping what he said a long time ago, okay? But it's a recoupment of of welfare funds. That's all it is. So really, what that means is that the money that they're getting from you, although they claim it's for child support, it's really for recoupment of welfare benefits. So the state is not, receiving as much money from the federal government. But remember I told you, a child that receives support from a parent, has a better, grows up happy and healthy, and it's all bullshit. It's all BS. It's all it is a recoupment of welfare benefits. All it is a money-making scheme for the state, a money-making scheme for the lawyers, a money-making scheme for the judges, a money-making scheme for everybody involved. Who knows how many companies out there were formed for this? It's unbelievable. And that's why it's so friggin' hard to get past this. But I also found that if the debt cannot be substantiated, it has to be discharged. All right? And you don't got to get a discharge from the courts. All right, so listen, close up this video, just to let you know, I don't think everybody's a little nutty like the guy I was telling you about, but if you ever see the guy on YouTube, do me a favor, guys, don't share any information with this guy. All right, his email address is called, he went from Vincent Ross to Sam Anderson. You know what I mean? That tells you what kind of mentality this guy is. He's a get-over guy. He's just, all he thinks about is getting over. He's a get-over guy, which I know he probably never supported his children. Probably never sent a penny to these children. Okay? And he's just mad because he can't live anymore, probably on his government benefits. They're probably taking it right out. But he went right for my throat after I was going to send him $100 because I felt sorry for the guy, and then I found out that he was a rip-off guy. It's unbelievable. All right, so it's ironical. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day.